With only 250 days away from the release of Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red is very successful at constantly keeping us updated with every few details and updates about their upcoming titles. But today we have a lot to go over, including tons of gameplay details, including police and law in the Night City, romance partners, hacking, difficulty modes, crafting, religion, open world exploration, and much more. Today, I'll break down some of the new gameplay images that CDPR has revealed, as well as discuss about the developers' comments regarding the game story and intrigue interest on the game being described as very adult. CD Projekt Red has recently announced their standalone Cyberpunk 2077 card game, similar to what we have seen from the Gwent in The Witcher 3. If you're wondering if Cyberpunk 2077 will have a minigame inside the world like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, well, the development director at CD Projekt Red has confirmed in a Reddit post stating this: "Sorry all, but we are not doing Netrunner in any way. I'm a fan of the game myself, but I decided to create something new and a standalone. No plans to have a card game in Cyberpunk 2077 video game." So it is pretty much clear to us that there will be no card game added into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, but that does not mean that we will not have any mini games at all. But instead of card games, we will now have mini games such as hacking, futuristic gamblings, and also some mini games that will require us players to scavenge around the open world in order to gain collectibles similar to the Gwent cards we have seen in The Witcher 3, in order to have the strong deck of card builds compared to any other NPCs in the world. As shown in one of the trailers, it is pretty clear that there will be boxing mini game in Cyberpunk, and we might also expect much more sports games to make an appearance in the world of 2077. The quest director of CD Projekt Red has made a statement regarding Johnny Silverhand's part in the game in one of the recent interviews done by a polished blog post website, and has stated that Keanu Reeves, aka the Johnny Silverhand, will play a major role in the main story and the big part of the plot revolves around him. He stated this: "We decided that the players will be able to shape the relationship they have with him. Sometimes he will appear just to throw some comments, sometimes we'll get the chance to talk to him on various subjects and to argue with him. The way we handle those conversations will affect later parts of the game." So the player choices in Cyberpunk 2077 will play a huge role than what we have seen in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. In one of the recent Reddit posts, they've also mentioned that you will be able to steal vehicles from random NPCs driving around the world, like what we have seen with most popular games such as Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto. Those stealing cars and harming random NPCs around the world will come with a huge consequence that we need to face. If you're stealing a car or beating up any NPC or even killing the NPC around the world while a police officer or area control gang members are nearby and spot you doing some notorious activities, then they sure will be attacking you with a huge force. Unlike any other open world games, Cyberpunk 2077 will however not spawn police officers or gang members when you commit a crime in which you are not spotted by the law. You'll only be wanted if you're spotted by the lawmen or if a large scale of people are running away from the massacre that you've caused and report you to the nearby police officer. So the last thing on what I've got further details about is on how romances will work in the world of Cyberpunk. So on an interview with one of the CD Projekt Red developers, there was a question asked about how romances are going to work in Cyberpunk 2077, to which they replied, "I don't want to do spoilers, but we want to write as strong characters. We want to have personalities that you can entrust with." If you remember from The Witcher 3 where Yennefer and Triss had very different personalities to themselves, it was interesting navigating how you would talk to one or the other. So to that effect, we have selected some NPCs who will have very rich relationships, and they've also stated that one night stands will be existing in Cyberpunk 2077. So something like that is also possible, and also like in real world, you can also exchange money for adult requirements. A YouTuber named Neon Arcade has recently featured this screenshot from one of the fans asking Cyberpunk developers if cheating on your romance partners is possible or not, and whether or not if you can have multiple romance partners at the same time. To which the official page of Cyberpunk has replied with a "why not" and a small emoji right next to it, which basically clears out the conclusion that we can indeed cheat on our partners and have multiple romance partners at the same time. But I wonder what would happen if your romance partners find out if you were actually cheating on them. CD Projekt Red has also confirmed that you will now be able to customize your characters later on in the game, including the body parts and shape of the body, with the biological mech parts to the outfits, hairstyles, makeups, and much more. They've also confirmed that you will now be able to customize your vehicles with vast majority of customization options available at the mechanics of the Night City. CD Projekt Red is currently preparing for the Gamescom, where they will be revealing a bunch of new Cyberpunk 2077 exclusive closed-door gameplays that was shown at E3 2019. But this was only shown to a selected bunch of people, but during the Gamescom they will be showing an overall of 50 minutes worth of gameplay, which will be featuring the same mission played by a male character and the female character on the second run, where the female character version of the gameplay will show an aggressive playstyle of the character V. There are plenty more informations dropping every day regarding Cyberpunk 2077, and I'll be covering everything regarding the game here on this channel for news, updates to gameplays, and much more. So the best way to watch them is of course using a subscription that is absolutely free of cost, so make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel for some more daily dose of Cyberpunk 2077 content. And also do not forget to turn on the notification bell icon once you've subscribed, otherwise YouTube will fail to send any video notification your way. So always make sure that you guys are staying on the safer side and turn on the notifications. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll catch you all on another Cyberpunk video.